Hey guys, want to welcome you to the Angry Advocate podcast, episode 25. Quarter of a way to 100. Crazy that we're here, but really pumped about it. But yeah, just want to welcome you guys. My name is Ed, guitar player of Death's Hand and owner of Advocate Media.
And hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Ash, the owner of Angry Ginger Photography. Super excited for episode 25. We have Derrick, the bassist of The Graying, and Booker for Killing It Entertainment with us.
How's it going, man?
Great. Thanks for having me. You guys I didn't think I was jumping on that quick, but here we are. I had my mic muted, so hopefully that picked up.
Yeah, it did.
Absolutely.
Yeah, pumped to have you on. Super cool. It's crazy how far we've gotten in episode 25 and all the artists we've got to talk to and all the bands we've got to talk to. And so this is great to have you on. Been following you guys for quite some time, actually. So really fun to kind of have you on and
appreciate that.
Pick your brain and just kind of see what you and the Graying are about just a little bit more. So really excited about that.
I'm excited too.
Yeah. So first off, we'll start. I know you sent a little video clip. We'll run this real quick and watch that, and then we'll jump into questions. So let's take a listen to this quick video here. So welcome, friend. Here's a welcome, friend. I am a puppet for the poison. I am a shell of a human with nothing left to give. But I wanted to empty, even though I pretend you're so controlling from the inside out. That was sick. I love that song. It's so I really like that song.
Appreciate that. It's one of my favorite ones too.
Yeah. It's super aggressive. Love your guys' tone. Yeah, it just really kind of kicks. Yeah, that's probably one of my more favorite songs that I've heard.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we're always chasing the perfect tone. Never quite get it, but part of the fun.
Yeah, it's super difficult. It's crazy. Like I do the exact same thing. Like I'm always like I will feel like I'm content, and then I'll hear something else from somebody else, and then go, oh, this, and then I want to change that, and it's crazy how often you
same.
Yeah.
Or that you hear someone else's tone, you're like, how do I do that? And you start messing with your own, and then it starts to cycle all over again. And I used to be a novice at that stuff, but my guitar player is like he's a perfectionist when it comes to it, and he's always chasing it. I think he's had 9 different amps since the band started.
Oh yeah. I'm not surprised. We went digital, so for me it was kind of like easier to do test runs. You know what I mean, with some of that stuff, but yeah, it's chasing that tone is always I don't know, it's fun for me. Some people find it frustrating, but I really enjoy it. It just, there's a challenge to it. And I think for me, with tone chasing, it's kind of one of those things where if you I don't necessarily want to copy somebody else's tone. I want to make something that I like personally. And then if I hear something else, I'm like, how can I emulate that?
You make it your own.
Yeah, my own. Yeah. So it's not like I don't want your exact settings. I don't need exact settings, you just
want the blueprint to start, somewhere to start.
Exactly. And then just kind of tweak from there. That's always fun. That's always fun. Cool. Well, we will jump into, let's go, question number 1. Right. How long have you been playing music for?
I mean, I'm going to show my age here. The Graying technically started in 2018, but the band that exists now is almost a completely different band. And everyone lost 2 years. And I had not played music for about 10 years prior to that. Wow. I mean, that's out. So that would be 2008. I've been around it my entire life, but I would say that I started really starting to play out more was 2002, 2003. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I don't even do the math. That's 22 years? 22 years?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. It's like I took a break from playing music too, but always had like, I don't know, I dabbled on my own here and there, like just picked up the guitar, played a little bit. At one point, I had sold all my guitar stuff, so I wasn't playing any guitar at all,
Yeah.
but had my drum set. But yeah, when you play, I don't know, I count the non-playing years too.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought I was done, and then I got pulled back in, and now I can't imagine ever stopping.
Yeah. Yeah, I that is pretty much exactly what happened to me. Like, I had this part where I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I'm good. And like got out of it, and then kind of got pulled back in and was like, yeah, like whatever, I'll see what happens. And then it says like, yeah, I can't not play.
I think everybody needs to like have that like moment of like that I'm done with it thing, and then to realize how important it was in your life. Then you come back to it and you're like, all right, like I think like Noah, who plays drums in the Gring, was in like a touring band for a long time, like 2 months at a time off the road. I mean, on the road away from home. And like we pulled him back in, and now he's like, all right, I think I'm back into this. Like he was beyond done from what I understand. It was before I met him, but like every conversation I've had with him, he's been like, yeah, I'm done. I was done completely. Now he's back. So you're never really gone.
There's definitely, I think, a burnout stage for some people. You know what I mean? Like, I think especially probably for him, if he's doing it that much, and you're like, on the road for 2 months, break, on the road for 2 months, break, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? I'm sure everyone's got their like breaking point with that. And then some people don't. Some people just live on the road and they can, and they love it, But yeah, for me, I noticed when I started playing music again, I looked back and I'm like, I was replacing certain things with music. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got into like collecting knives. Like, that was my big thing. Like, and then it's just like, I'm not even kidding, I had a massive knife collection. And then like as soon as I started playing music, that knife collection literally disappeared. I like sold almost everything, got back into music, and like haven't bought a knife since. You know what I mean? So it's
makes
like
perfect sense. Yeah.
It's like I literally, I replaced it with like something, and it was just like, yeah, this is what my passion is now. And then just getting back in, like literally, I think I might have like, I think I kept like 10, but I mean, I had like over 100 knives easily. It's like easily. But yeah, it's yeah. I think if you're ever a fairly serious musician, it's hard to not like, I don't know. It's hard to not get back into it. Yeah, like you said, I can't see myself doing like
it's weird. Like I said, it's like one of those things I think you have to lose it for a little bit to really, really appreciate it, because like there are definitely times when it's not so fun.
Yeah.
But like when you can come back to it and be like, okay, this is strictly for fun, then it all becomes so much easier and so much more enjoyable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Were you always playing bass?
So I started playing guitar first, but like I kind of like I mean, it's the trial story of the worst guitar player ends up playing bass. But I knew ahead of time that I was the worst guitar player. So I was like, I'm just gonna play bass from now on, and I just
before it gets to that point.
Before it got to that point, and like it's just always been. I love it. I think it's a lot of fun. Like I can just be there and throw my shit around and look cooler than everyone else can, because I have a little bit less responsibility, I guess. Not that it's less responsible, but like I can get away with doing less than some of the other guys can.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think with the genre of music that we're in, and I'm not like saying bass players like are not, again, we don't have a bass player in my band. It's all automated, but that's fine. Besides that, it's definitely one of those things where like your most important thing is definitely just filling that low end.
Yeah,
and just,
exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like is making the band sound bigger. You know what I mean? And it's
I always say there's nothing wrong with just being a bassist. Like there are lots of dudes that are lots of dudes, girls, she's, theys, whoever.
Yeah.
Like they're obsessed with the riff and just like trying to be Flea. And I'm like, that doesn't always serve the music. There's nothing wrong with just riding the root notes. Not that that's all I do, but it's a lot of what I do. and whatever serves the song best.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And it's definitely, I mean, it fills its role. You know what I mean? Like, it does what it needs to do. And it's like, you know, I feel like I think the downfall for us not having a bass player is having that one less person on stage, which our other guitar player hasn't been playing a lot of shows. So we've literally been playing drummer, guitar, and singer. That's it. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So it's been a 3-piece. So having that like fourth person, since Kyle, he's in the band, obviously,
right?
But he's got a lot going on. So we just kind of are playing it as a 3-piece for now. So
makes sense.
Missing that other person on stage kind of is tough. And plus, like you said, like it's, you know, bass players, I feel like can go a little bit harder than guitar players. You know what I mean? Like you said, like you know, you can just go a little bit harder, and if you
it's like 85% of the fun.
Right, exactly is the movement on stage. And from what I can tell through videos and stuff, like you guys are, you know, very, you know, prominent on stage. Like your stage presence is really good, and like you
don't look like you're having fun, you can't expect anyone else to have fun with you.
Right, exactly. I'm learning that. I'm definitely learning that.
That was awesome. Bad Burger this past weekend. No Soul. They're sick. If you haven't listened to them,
New York band. They a New York band?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, they're sick.
The bassist, one was like spinning, going insane till like he fell off of the stage, like got right back up, but then used his bass as a drumstick, and then that's when the cymbals like leaned into the rest of the drums, and I had to
I saw the picture. Yeah, it's a good picture.
And that's when I had to bob and weave, and it was like either I'm basically gonna get hit by him swinging, and that's when I saw Refuge behind the cab. It was fine.
It's a good picture.
Just kind of chilling.
Pop it up in post.
Yeah, exactly.
Here it is.
This one. That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know. I've been offered to play bass in another band, and I personally don't have time. It would be so much fun though. Bass is definitely fun. I love recording bass. I'm the one that records bass on our records and stuff. And I love recording bass. I don't know. There's something just really fun about being able to, like you said, like there's cool parts where it's like, oh, I definitely am going to ride the root notes. And then there's parts where I'm like, I'm just going to do like some little harmony parts with something, or, you know what I mean? Just play a fifth here, or play, you know, whatever it is, to just kind of like accent it and make it sound a little more full with a different note. And it's always fun.
For sure. And I was in bands like similar to like Dillinger Escape Plan and Every Time I Die, where there's a lot of riffing going on, and dude, it's stressful. It's stressful. If you guys make a mistake, and there's especially when there's 2 guitar players and a bass player, and you're playing high notes and you make a mistake, everyone knows.
Everyone hears it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that it can be a little intimidating for sure. That's funny.
Hopping into question 2, who are some of your biggest musical influences?
All time.
Some of them. I know that's a hard one.
All right.
It can be any genre.
Do we want to do cultural like adjacent shit like hardcore and metal, or do we want to do like outside the box, like going back to me being a little kid?
I'd rather hear outside the box.
Oh, Prince.
There you go.
Let's go.
The band that actually made me want to play bass was Guns N' Roses. As the first, like Appetite for Destruction was the first record I remember hearing like a prominent bass tone.
Yeah.
And like that actually kind of leads into me getting into punk, because those dudes were always wearing like, you know, Misfit shirts, Social Distortion shirts. Like they were I think they're one of those bands that kind of gets unfairly lumped in with hair metal bands, and they're not. Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing for Metallica. Metallica was the same way as far as like what they represented on stage. So it was like one of those things where I was always like familiar with I became more familiar with the imagery before the actual music. So it was like, what is this? I want to look this up.
Yeah.
As far as like, you know, inside the genre, I don't know that I really have like a big inspiration. I have bands that I love. Like I could give you like a top 5 like bands that I love from that time period, but I don't know if that's jumping ahead of questions. But like for me, a big one's Prince, and then that's pretty much it. Prince. I'd say Prince.
Nice. I actually really like how you came about saying those. Like I like that you went I mean, Prince is amazing. You listen to, I mean, any of his stuff, and it's just absolutely, yeah. Like if you can listen to a song and be like, I'm gonna listen to bass this time. I'm gonna listen to the synth part this time. And like you listen to it and you're like, holy crap! Like
it's crazy. Listen, like I tell everyone, listen to the Batman soundtrack, like the Michael Keaton Batman soundtrack. It's unreal. Like everything's insane.
Yeah, it's the layers that he came up with, everything, how it intertwines, just like he's just incredible.
And it's one of those ones where like I some people don't get it, and I'm like, I just, if you don't get it, send me a DM and I'll give you a playlist.
Yeah, exactly. And same thing with Guns N' Roses. I like how, like, when you said bass because of Guns N' Roses, I was like, absolutely, because you listen to any of those records, and you, like you said, there is a very prominent bass tone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like,
it serves the song. It's not like in your face. Like,
no,
it's just the mix is perfect, and it just blends. Like, it does its part. It plays the role it's supposed to play. It shows up when it's supposed to show up. It disappears when it's supposed to disappear. And then
it's super. That's really cool. I don't know, just to be able to relate to that, because like I can definitely, just by you saying that, I can see it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh yeah, or like I can hear it. It's like, yeah, like that makes sense. You know.
But it opened the doors, because then I came into like we're talking about Metallica and thrash metal. Like, you start really hearing it. You start paying attention to it more because of that.
Yeah.
So, like, whether that was the album that, I mean, I guess I could say it's the album that made me want to play it, but it was definitely the album that made me aware of it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's wild. That's actually the only CD my dad had in his truck for the longest time was Guns N' Roses. So like,
it's funny.
In a way, same from like age 3 to 8 to when I finally started getting into CDs. That's crazy.
Yeah. And I like also how you said like the imagery too, like that. I guess I never really looked at it that way, maybe, but I totally see that.
I mean, some of the first punk songs I ever heard, they have a cover album that's all punk songs. It's all like Fear. It's the New York Dolls, the Damned, bands like that, Iggy and the Stooges. Like, I wasn't aware of that at the time because I was probably 10 or 11.
Right.
But like, going back to it, I'm like, holy shit, I was listening to this that young. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't intentional.
Yeah. It just happened to be that way. That's really cool though. That's awesome. That, like, I mean, I have a very similar kind of thing. Motown was a big thing for me. My mom used to listen to Motown stuff all the time. So like bass tones were very prominent in that, right? Like rhythmic parts obviously are huge. So that's why, like, for me, like riffs and like just, you know, very specific prominent parts that kind of stick out kind of is how I learned to kind of want to like play. I'm like, oh, this part sounds cool. And I fell in love with music before like the singing part. My mom's a singer, but I fell in love with like the rhythm and like how the different instruments kind of worked with one another.
Right.
And obviously like Prince is a, you know, perfect example.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, exactly. Perfect example. But yeah, that's super cool. I love hearing people that have like non-genre specific big influences. That's cool.
Almost all non-genre specific.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. Yeah, we'll jump into question number 3.
Right.
How long has Killing It Entertainment been a booking company, and can you tell us more about it?
Sure. So Killing It Entertainment is actually not me. I mean, it is me, but it's also not me.
Okay, fair enough.
It's Nick Court. He's a touring photographer and videographer. He actually shot that video you showed at the beginning of it. That's kind of why I wanted to showcase what he's able to do.
Nice.
But Nick is, you know, he tours all over the country. He goes to festivals. Like, he's got a crazy catalog of bands. He's like taking photography. I can talk. He's done photography for bands. Use his imagery on shirts. It's pretty crazy. Stick to Your Guns put out a shirt with a picture he took on it on the back, like the classic hardcore, like, you know, mic to the crowd type of thing. He's got a few of those. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But I've been booking kind of like independently on my own for about 2 years. Kind of got back into it, like when I got back into music, and I think a lot of it too was just like, I'm a big believer that like this, like whatever it's the hardcore scene, the metal scene, the punk scene, like you're only as good as what you give back to it, and it's so much cooler when you're like involved, like doing like even something like this podcast, like that's something like it's something. Like you're giving back. You're giving people a platform to talk about shit that they normally wouldn't talk about. Like we're talking about Prince.
Yeah.
On a, but like I approached Nick because we're like very, very good friends and we have like the same beliefs, and basically pitched it to him like, hey, like you got this database. I have this skill set. People seem to like me, or at least I guess it's a skill set. I don't know. I have imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
It's worked out so far. Why don't we just see what happens? And he's like, I love that idea. Here's the name. Like, just make sure we're on the same page as far as like communication with a bill, and quality and how we're treating the bands and all that other fun stuff. And it's been, so the first one I did with him, like officially, I think was 2023. Would have been September 2023. Nice. And we had our first sellout in December of 2023.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice. And so do you have specific venues that you kind of stick true to, or are you kind of just wherever you can book stuff? Like how's that work?
We have like a home base, is like, I guess for a lack of better terms, but like we book just about everywhere. But like we have like the home base, which is like, I'm from Plymouth. I live in Plymouth, Mass. So we were booking in Plymouth for a while. But we do currently, I guess I'll break some news. I don't know if you guys saw like the Embrace Today reunion show that happened in Kingston, Mass. Like that was something that I was like, wasn't officially a Killing It branded show, but like I was very involved with that. And nice. If you came to the show, the room, that's going to be our new room. It's basically a VFW with a stage.
Nice.
Good shit. Awesome.
Yeah. So we're going to be we got to get it set up. We got to figure out the logistics of like sound and all that fun stuff. But like moving forward, that's probably going to be where we do a majority of our shows.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, it's really nice to have kind of that like home, the home base where you can, I can go here, I can get everything kind of situated,
Right.
I'm the same way. So like so Ash books shows, and so do I book shows up here in Maine too. And it's nice to have like, a place that you're like, I know how it's going to get set up. I know how it's going to sound. Yeah. I know this, I know that, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you go to places where it's like, either you don't have a lot of experience, and it can be a little overwhelming if it's like, you're not 100% sure on how things are going to play out. So it's nice to have that.
For sure. And I think that there needs to be more camaraderie between bookers too, as far as like, I hate the term booker. I hate promoter. Like I'm just a guy in a band that has been screwed over by a lot of people that have nothing to do with music. And I don't want my friends or anyone on tour to suffer the way that some of us have. So like, I don't know. Like I'm a wrestling nerd too. Like go figure. Nice. But like the territories, like, you lean on the promoter for the other territory to help get over another band or another artist or whatever. And like, the very, very close with the SVU guys. Like I love them. One of those ones, if I have something, I'll go to them. If they have something, they'll come to me. We try to make it work.
Nice.
A lot of good shit happening in Providence. I mean, New England's really, really hot right now. And I think that message to give to people is like, especially young kids, is appreciate it. Like go to shows. Like
nice. It's
not always like this. And if you're younger and you're just getting into it, keep it alive, please, because like it gets real dark.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That's cool that you're tight with the SVU guys. We are too. I love them.
The best.
I actually have an opportunity. I'm looking for it. I'm waiting. I need one more band for a show, and maybe if I'll ask you guys.
Yeah, let me know. Like,
would you be down?
So our vocalist lives in Nashville. So
holy crap.
We aren't always available, but like cool. If it's the right show and he can't make it up, we do have a person that fills in for us.
Okay.
But like we're always open to talk, like even if we can't do it, point someone in your direction too.
Yeah. I'll after this podcast I'll ask.
Yeah. So,
I'm not gonna do all that right now, but I'm gonna ask. I have a date set up and 3 bands ready to go. I just need a 4th. So we'll figure that out.
Yeah, if we can't do it, I'll give you some advice on who you should ask.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. I'll definitely take it.
That's like the one thing I do love. I have seen like the feeling of like stepping on others' toes and everything, like and trying to like get the point across. So like we are just all in this together. We're trying to get the same like music out there and everything, and that's why I love like the team of people I have. Like Eric, he is my usual sound guy, and just like him, it makes everything easier. I had a split in half, had to drop off my bill because their drummer fractured their wrist, and I like went to go to Eric. It's valid, like with resistor, valid. But I messaged him just being like, all right, we got to go down to 4. It's like all I can do, and he's like, give me 1 minute, and then Cytokine played it, and he freaking killed it, and it's just like that's what it's all about. And,
I agree. And like the one thing I always say too is like, if there's multiple shows on a night, it happens, but like it's a good thing. And I feel like a lot of people take it personally for some silly reason. Like it's a good thing. Like I'm never going to be upset like that. It's the way the cards fall. Sometimes you get lucky and you're the only show. But like there's something about like being able to look at like a Friday or a Saturday night and realize that holy shit, there are shows within an hour in every direction. Like I can see whoever I want, and like not a lot of places have that freedom.
Yeah,
exactly. There was a show at Bad Burger and Shaskin, and there was people still popping between, like seeing one set, finishing, popping over to the next, and coming back.
Was that when we played? We played with Gumscab in December, and Cro-Mags were next door.
Ooh, so it was. I remember that it was. I think this past weekend.
Okay.
Or weekend before. Oh, it was Set the Bar Low. That's what it was last weekend.
I mean that's sick. Like I think that's cool. Like and like I wish that more venues would like. I mean, why don't? This is probably the wrong person to ask this question, but like when that happens, why don't you stagger the set times and let people pay for both? Like
an 8 o'clock start. I was thinking that today because
that's true. You could do that.
I just realized I have which I haven't even built it yet, but I have April 26th as the date. I already know emo night is happening at Shaskin.
Yeah.
I like was thinking exactly that to like be able to make it work, or else it's not like going to pop
$15
off,
for both shows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Instead, if you do 10, do 15, and you can go both.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
Just reaching out to whomever is booking the show at Shaskin and going back to like working together, because that was something Tony and I have talked a lot about, is like if we can coordinate like around not having the same date, awesome. But if is the same date, doing that to make it work for everyone.
Yeah, like I said though, it happens. Like, what can you do? Like this, like I always tell that to some of the younger kids that I see. I'm like, it's not personal. It's really not. Like people are living their own
big
lives.
Shows that I missed because of small, like because I'm going to local shows, like
And that's what I always tell. That's why I always tell them. I'm like, what do you want to go? Like, oh, I want to see both. I'm like, go to the small show.
Yeah.
Like, those are your peers. Those are your contemporaries. Like, nothing wrong with the big show, but go to the small show. They need you more.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. At that point, they would much appreciate having you go to that show.
When I say small show, I don't mean like
us.
I mean like go to your local scene. If there's like a national tour coming through, go support your local scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's a band that you've been waiting your entire life for. Unless Prince comes back.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Unless some crazy thing happens, go to that show. But
absolutely.
That makes sense. That's funny.
Question 4. Some of your favorite local bands right now.
You really gonna do me dirty with this one.
Yep.
Jeez.
And
this is why I
genuinely
love music. So like there are so many bands that like, especially right now, that are like, as someone that's been around a bit, like I think that this current crop, and I've been saying this for a while, this current crop is like some of the best we've ever had, and I think we're truly, truly spoiled to like have such diverse, and they're all like, that's the other thing, they're all diverse. Like no one really sounds like the other one. I mean, like I mentioned SVU, like Gumscab and Secret Work. I love those guys.
Yeah.
Hate Still Burns if they ever decide to play shows again.
Yeah.
Love them. They're like my children at this point. I met them when they were like 18 and they're like 17 and 18. I'm like, they blew me away with like their knowledge of stuff. They have another band they just started. It's called The Blind. If you like the Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack, this is for you.
Let's go. Okay.
Yeah. I believe they just played Bedford. They did just play Bedford. They played Bedford Wednesday.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, about a week ago. Edict. Love Edict. Love Shape Thrower. Pretty much anything Matty Connolly's in is good. Euclid. I'm trying not to forget there's so many. Unbroken Apologies, Wisdom and War, Tar, love Tar. This band called Passion Play from Providence, that's sick. Grasp.
Yep.
Latch. So we could do an entire podcast of me just telling you local bands.
Listing them the whole time.
Yeah. Last Sight. I gotta give love to Last Sight. That's Nick Cord's band from Killing It. Kill Switch Engagey. Very, very cool. Not a lot of bands doing that. Give me one more. Oh, Mourned put out, like, I can't believe I forgot Mourned. They put out my favorite record locally of last year. Love those guys too.
Oh yeah.
I guess I'm biased, but I probably should say Jealous Mind because I know Estelle's probably gonna listen to this. My girlfriend, partner, whatever you want to call her, plays in a punk band from Connecticut called Jealous Mind. That's very sick.
Nice.
Check them out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's fun. Yeah, it's so cool because like there's a bunch of bands that you mentioned that like most of them I've heard of, but not a lot of them, or a chunk of them that I haven't heard before on the podcast. So that's what I love. Good. I love when like there's like new bands and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I forgot about them, or I've heard about them but never listened to them. I need to check them out. So like I'm making mental note.
I would say like 85% of what I listen to, like I'm not like bullshitting, like on anything, is probably a local band.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been diving into a lot more listening to local band stuff, like especially the past like couple months. I don't know like why. I'm just like, not that I'm like over the, the bigger stuff that I'm listening to, but I've definitely tried to make a conscious effort to be like, I need to listen to these guys more. I need to listen to these guys more, It's
a good thing. Like like I said, like we're truly spoiled right now.
Yeah.
And I really, really hope that people don't take it for granted. And that's the other thing. Stop fucking glamorizing and idolizing broken up bands. Like, support the bands that are playing right now. Like, those nostalgia acts are rad. Like, they're great. But like, give a shit about them while they're here.
Yeah.
So they don't break up.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So they have things to actually continue to do, or you know what I mean? Right. Like, yeah, agreed. Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, I mean, in all the New England states, there's so many bands right now that are just so good, and they're just doing so much. You know what I mean? And it's really cool to see. I love it.
Dude, Vermont's sneaky good too right now. Like I just saw that Voices in Vain, and I was blown away.
Yeah,
like I've never like unreal.
Yeah. That's I want to make it over to Vermont at some point and play. I've been trying to. We just haven't been able to make it work, but I want to get over there.
Split in Half Vermont too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thought so. That's another one. Unreal.
Yeah. They have a crazy scene over there right now. That's, I guess, really, really good. Yeah. I would love to make it over there. That would be a blast. Hopefully this year. I'd like to make it over this year at some point, but that'd be fun.
Split in Half is going to still make an appearance at Bad Burger. I'm just waiting on, I think, one more. It'll be a Sunday, which will be. I like the Sundays because shows usually start at 9. They can start at 8:30. It's 3 bands, quick night, over by 11, and
I've been telling everybody that I know that like tours. I'm like, dude, go play Bad Burger. Like three band build middle of the week, and they probably feed you. Like,
Yeah. I was there all weekend. Friday was Joe's show, Saturday was mine, and then Sunday was Jeff Higgins. But all insane bands whole weekend.
We're coming back at some point in July. It hasn't been
Hell
announced yet, but I think the second or third week of July.
Hell yeah. I think I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, that's sick. That'll be cool. Nice. Cool. Jumping into looks like last question, number 5. What does the Graying and KIA have coming up?
Ooh. So we'll start with KIA just because, or sorry, KIE. You said KIA.
Oh yeah, KIE. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't do that to the ADHD guy. I'll pick up on it. So
it's like, did I spell it right?
Yeah.
No,
Killing
you did.
It has
I'm just not there.
So the first date kind of I'll just do the Graying stuff first because 2 of the dates before Killing It. So April 4th, we're doing let me rewind a little bit. I'll break some more news for you guys.
Sweet.
This April 4th through April 6th is the last run of the existing lineup of the Graying. There's going to be some changes. Nothing bad. Everyone's just there's some things that are happening in people's lives. So these are kind of be the last 3 shows that we're playing as the 4 core guys that have been together since 2019. The July shows will be a 5-piece. Those are special, but then we'll be back to a 4-piece at some point. But April 4th is at Alchemy in Providence. It's a mixed bill with just some bands that we never get to play with. We were the member that's leaving. We're hey, we should probably play with these bands before you leave. And he's like, yeah, I agree. So it's us with our friends in Another One Down. They're a pop punk band from Exeter, Rhode Island, I believe, but they may be Providence now. Arms Like Roses from Connecticut, and then a band from Providence called Loud Sounds, which is very, very Deftones, post-rock, post-metal-ish. It's nice. We're the heaviest band on it. The next day, we're at Crunch House with Mercy Whip, our friends from Long Island, Extinction AD.
Yep.
Jealous Mind, and then a band called Humiliate, which I believe is from New Jersey, but they also have members in Connecticut. I could be wrong. Either way, they're basically a staple in the Connecticut scene, so they might as well be a Connecticut band at this time. Yeah. And then April 6th, which is a Killing It show, is the last on the weekender. It's at O'Brien's in Alston. That's Multiple Pieces. That's another band I fucking forgot to mention in the bands that I fucking love. How did I forget that one? Multiple Pieces. Upon Broken Apologies, us, obviously. Iron Gate and In Contempt.
Nice.
I believe multiple pieces and In Contempt have their own little release weekend. I think it's a release weekend. It's a weekender for them, but our 2 weekends are converging on one. Then for Killing It, it is April 12th at Bad Burger. Coincidentally, I'm putting that on with Joe. That is TFR's headlining. Jealous Mind, No More Youth. They're on a weekender together, so it'll be them. Then I've got my friends from Long Island in a band called Boar, who are unbelievable. Bands should be massive, but for some reason they're in their own little pocket in Long Island. But that's a name that people should take note of because they're unbelievable. Just vintage, Norma Jean Chariot, crazy energy,
nice,
unbelievable. And then Bag is opening.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I love Bag.
Then May 7th at O'Brien's, I've got The Undertaking and God's Eyes coming through on tour. That being supported by Billy, Low Tide, and Rival Society.
Nice.
I love seeing Billy and Low Tide together.
Yeah. I love both those guys, both those bands, they're great. There is some unannounced stuff. There's one in June at O'Brien's. Can't really give too much details on it other than it's a band that is reuniting. They've played 3 shows in the last since 2008, but they were pretty prominent in the Boston area. If you're old enough to remember them, I'll give you a hint. They're neon. Not literally neon, but neon's the name. Then we have our stuff in July. Only one of those is going to be Killing It, but there'll be a July date at Bad Burger. fuck it, I'll just tell you. It's a weekend with Boar, the guys that are playing the Manchester show, so they'll be back with us and a few more bands. Then we're doing Worcester and Providence one last time, and then we'll be taking some time off to like get the new lineup ready. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be there. So like, if you guys come see me, I'll be there.
Nice.
Most of us, like, obviously it's nothing crazy, just people having different priorities. I don't want to talk for him, but like,
yeah.
You know what? Screw it. Our guitar player's having a baby. Not literally. Not he's having a baby. His fiance's having a baby. They're getting married. He just wants to move on with his life. So these are, yeah. But Noah, our drummer's gonna be moving to guitar, and we have a new drummer.
Nice.
That's the plan. So the July shows will be a 5-piece with Rob. His last shows with the new drummer. But
nice.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, I mean, if you've got the switch set up and things can work out, you know, it is what it is.
It was one of those things where it could not have happened better. Like, the guy we have coming in is someone that fits the mold. Like, as soon as we found out that he was interested and he was available, it was like you're
yes.
in. Like, yes, you are in.
Oh, that's exciting. That was like instantly like my thought, like, who is it?
Yeah. It's always tough, you know, because bringing in new members or changing this or doing that, like, can sometimes really screw things up. But if it feels like it's going to be solid, it's probably going to be solid. You know
I mean, like, Rob is like, it's like we're getting the divorce, but I get the kids, because him and I started band together.
Right.
But very, very happy for him. Like, he's going to be a good dad. He has been, you know, very, very open with all the like moving forward, basically saying, hey, like, this is going to be happening. Like, I don't want you guys to feel like you can't continue. I want you to keep going.
Right.
Like, I want to help facilitate it. So, like, it's been like the most, like, it's very, very bittersweet. Like, just like, he gets to go on and do like the next part of his life, but he's like, you know, setting up and making us be ready for the future.
Yeah.
And then
that's huge. That's huge.
It's funny because the guy that is playing drums, he was living in Utah for a while. He's from here. And Rob had told us that he was going to be stepping down like maybe a week before he moved back.
Oh, crazy.
And like, Noah and I went to a show together, and he was there. Like, what are you doing here? He's like, I live here. We were like, what? Like, I think we asked him that night. Like, it was just like one of those things where like it all worked out the way it should work out.
That's funny.
That's wild.
That's awesome when it works out that way.
Yeah.
That's cool. Awesome. Well, that's great. Really, really cool to get some of that news, especially some of the more secret stuff. I guess if you want to call it that.
I mean,
so
it's not really secret. It's the worst secret going right now. It's just like we haven't talked about it publicly.
Right.
I will say too that if you pay attention to Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp, you'll probably be noticing some new stuff from us pretty soon.
Cool.
Amazing.
Cool. That's awesome. Nice. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. I really appreciate you coming on the podcast. This has been a lot of fun. Love meeting new people, talking with new people, getting to, you know, learn a little bit more about bands that I, you know, have heard, listened to, watched a little bit, but not been able to talk to, you know, specifically, or members of. So, great to have you, you know, give us this time and learn a little bit more about you, learn a little bit more about your band and what you have going on just in general. So, definitely appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, not a problem.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, that'll be the end of episode 25. We will see all of you guys next week, episode 26. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of the night, and thank you for taking a listen or a watch, and we'll catch you guys later.
Awesome. Have a good night,
See you guys.
everyone.